When you look in the mirror, you may notice the softness in your expression, the relaxed openness in your gaze, and the gentle lift in the corners of your mouth. These are not accidents of nature, but the echoes of how you speak to yourself each day. When you honor your worth, you create an inner sanctuary of calm that ripples outward to every feature and every line on your face. Your skin is held in place not by tightness but by trust in your own value. Your eyes carry a sparkle not forced but born of kindness toward the person who stares back. It begins the moment you choose a kind thought over a harsh critique. You may wake to a reflection that presents a new wrinkle or a subtle shift in tone. In that moment you decide whether to criticize or to celebrate. If your mind gently reminds you that each line represents a chapter of your journey that softens your brow and releases tension around your jaw, that release shows in the way light dances along your cheekbones and nestles in the curves of your lips. It is a choice repeated 1,000 times until kindness becomes your default dialogue. When you speak to yourself with reverence, you reduce the burden your body carries. Harsh words tighten muscles in your face and shoulders. They echo in your posture and sit heavy in your chest. They show as lines of worry that deepen over time. But when you train your mind to honor your worth, your muscles unfurl their tension, your shoulders drop, your head tilts just slightly upward to allow fresh oxygen to flow, your chest opens and your entire frame breathes with relief. That relief nourishes your cells and allows the glow of self-acceptance to shine through. This practice extends beyond a few affirmations. It is a daily ritual of noticing the breeze against your skin and acknowledging the miracle of breath. It is the decision to whisper encouragement when doubts rise to the surface. It is remembering that you are more than the sum of your achievements or appearances. You are a soul in constant evolution, and that truth is reflected in your radiance. When you validate your efforts, your face becomes a canvas of gentle pride. When you accept yourself, flaws and all, you create a sanctuary of presence that others sense and admire. Your reflection becomes a teacher. It shows you where you hold tension. It reveals the stories you tell yourself each time you catch a glimpse of your own eyes. If you see them with appreciation, they soften and shine. If you see them with disappointment, they narrow and flatten. That feedback loop continues until you shape it with choice. You may practice in front of the mirror until your expression becomes a habit of compassion. You may daily list the gifts you bring to the world until your spirit hums with gratitude. You may write gentle reminders on sticky notes until your mind greets each day with celebration rather than criticism. As this inner work unfolds, you begin to notice the world around you respond. People mirror your calm tone and gentle smile. You draw in those who radiate warmth and encouragement. You naturally attract connections that sustain your sense of worth. In these circles you feel lighter and more alive. Your skin glows with health because joy has replaced anxiety. Your posture straightens because you no longer shrink away from your own magnificence. Your movements become fluid and graceful because they are guided by a heart that believes it is worthy of ease. Looking younger is not about chasing youth. It is about cultivating a spirit that honors that which is timeless in you. It is the way you cradle your own thoughts and tend to your own heart. It is the gentle renewal of self-respect each time you resist the urge to judge. It is a lifelong practice that nurtures your inner landscape until it blooms into an outer aura of vitality. Choose to speak to yourself in the language of love. Choose to honor your worth in every thought and every moment. When you do that, you become the living proof that self-respect is the secret to timeless beauty. Thought for a couple of seconds. Your body carries a deep knowing that rest is not a luxury, but a necessity, and every night you give yourself the gift of true renewal. You invest in your youthful energy and your capacity to shine. When you sleep deeply, your cells repair themselves, your hormones balance out, and your mind consolidates memories, clearing away the debris of the day so you awaken feeling refreshed and vibrant instead of groggy and strained. Quality rest begins with honoring your natural rhythms, not forcing yourself awake or asleep, but tuning into the signals your body sends, indicating that it is time to unwind or to rise with purpose. You might notice a gentle heaviness around your eyelids in the evening, a softening around your jaw, a quieting of thoughts, and if you allow those signals to guide you, you set the stage for transformative rest. It is not enough to simply lie down for 8 hours and hope for the best. You must prepare a space that whispers calm to every sense. You dim the lights. You silence the screens. You invite stillness to settle as deeply as the shadows. You might choose to breathe slowly, sinking into the mattress, feeling each rib expand and contract like waves on a shore. You might speak gratitude for another day lived and another chance to dream. This ritual signals to your nervous system that it is safe to descend into peaceful slumber. When you cultivate consistent sleep patterns, your body learns when to produce the hormones that build strong bones and soft skin, when to release growth factors that mend muscles and nourish every tissue. Your brain releases toxins that accumulate through stress and thought patterns, and you wake unburdened by yesterday's worries. Without this nightly reset, your cells accumulate damage. Your appearance shows shadows beneath your eyes, lines around your mouth, and a dullness that betrays fatigue. But with deep rest, you maintain a glow that radiates from within. You notice a clarity in your gaze, a lightness in your step, and a brightness on your cheeks that no cream or serum can replicate. You carry an ease in your smile because you did not steal from tomorrow to finish today. You greeted the morning with presence, not panic. You met the sunrise feeling ready instead of resigned, and beyond the beauty benefits, your emotional equilibrium deepens. You are less reactive when challenges arise, more resilient when stress visits, and more patient with yourself and others. You handle the curveballs of life with grace because you built your foundation on rest rather than rush. You learned that slow, steady recovery is not lazy but strategic. To claim this hidden fountain of youth, you commit to sleep as seriously as you commit to any goal. You guard it from distractions and treat your bedtime like a sacred appointment with healing. You understand that every hour of quality rest layers strength onto your spirit, replenishes your vigor, and restores your radiance. When you make this choice night after night, you become someone who looks younger than the calendar suggests because you have mastered the art of inner renewal. Thought for a couple of seconds. When you move your body with intention and joy, you tap into a source of vitality that transcends mere exercise and becomes a celebration of life itself. Gentle stretching or mindful walking or playful dance, each form of movement sends messages to your cells, reminding them that you are alive and worthy of care and attention. It is in these moments of connection between mind and muscle that you cultivate a supple strength and a buoyant energy that radiates outward and softens the passage of time. Imagine waking each day with a simple ritual of awakening your limbs with slow, deliberate breaths. As you reach your arms overhead and let your spine lengthen, you can feel the gentle invitation to open your chest, to welcome new possibilities, and to release the weight of yesterday's burdens. That act of mindful movement does more than warm up muscles. It signals to your entire system that you are committing to your own well-being, and that ripple effect creates a posture of confidence and grace that shows in the way you hold your head high and carry your shoulders back. When you choose movement that honors your body's wisdom rather than punishes it with extremes, you create sustainable habits that keep you feeling strong and youthful. No need for punishing workouts that leave you depleted. Instead, you might practice a flow of gentle lunges and hip circles that lubricate your joints and awaken your power centers. Or you might take a barefoot walk on grass or sand, feeling the earth beneath you, grounding your spirit and invigorating your senses. Each step becomes a meditation in motion. Each moment of balance and release strengthens the bridge between your inner self and the world around you. Consistent mindful movement also preserves the elasticity of your muscles and tissues, so that as the years pass you move with a fluid ease that belies your age. Resistance training with light weights or bodyweight exercises can build lean muscle that supports your joints and boosts your metabolism, while practices like yoga or tai chi cultivate a calm focus and a graceful alignment that keeps you centered and composed even in the face of daily stress. The combination of strength and flexibility becomes your secret to moving through life with confidence and poise. But it is not just the physical benefits that make mindful movement a hidden fountain of youth. It is the way it resets your nervous system and floods your body with endorphins and growth factors that repair and rejuvenate every tissue. As you stretch and breathe, you activate the parasympathetic response, calming cortisol levels and inviting a profound sense of ease and well-being that lingers long after you roll up your mat or finish your walk. That lingering calm shows up in your smooth skin, your bright eyes, and the steady rhythm of your heartbeat. Engaging in joyful movement also nourishes your mind. It sharpens your focus, invites creativity, and releases mental clutter so that you approach each day with clarity rather than fog. When you dance to your favorite song, you tap into a playful part of yourself that refuses to be defined by age or routine. You remind your heart of what freedom feels like, and that remembrance becomes a beacon that guides you towards spontaneity and delight. Even in the smallest moments. In this way, movement becomes a practice of self-love and self-respect. To embrace this hidden reason for youthful vitality, you need only to begin where you are. Perhaps 5 minutes of gentle movement when you wake, or a 20-minute walk during your lunch break. Each conscious step, each mindful stretch is a conversation with your body that says, I see you, I honor you, and I choose you. And over time those conversations accumulate into a dialogue of trust and partnership that keeps your spirit vibrant, your muscles responsive, and your heart open to the wonder of each new day. There is no finish line in this practice, only a deepening relationship with yourself and with life itself. And that is the essence of timeless energy and radiant youthfulness. Your body is made of what you eat, and when you choose to nourish yourself with vibrant foods, you give your skin, your muscles, and your mind the raw materials they need to thrive. You replace dullness with radiant strength and resilience. You build every cell from the molecules in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and clean water. You fuel your energy, and you support your body's natural repair systems so that you glow from the inside out. Imagine starting each day with a colorful plate of berries, leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. The variety of nutrients works together to fight inflammation and neutralize toxins through every organ and tissue. Your skin feels softer, your digestion improves, your mood steadies, and your immune system grows stronger. You wake with clarity, and you move through your routine with ease. You become proof that what you feed your body shows on your face and in your posture. Processed foods offer empty calories, chemicals that burden your liver and dull your vitality, When you shift away from refined sugars and artificial products, you reduce hidden stress on your body. You create space for real foods to shine and to heal. You discover that a simple bowl of oatmeal with fresh fruit, or a vibrant salad with avocado and beans, can satisfy you deeply, while also smoothing your skin and elevating your energy. The power of whole foods is in their simplicity and in their harmony with your natural design. Hydration is part of nourishment, and water is the life force that carries nutrients to every corner of your body. It keeps your skin plump and supple. It supports joint function, it clears toxins, and it boosts metabolism. Drinking pure water with a squeeze of citrus or a few herbs awakens your senses and aids digestion. You learn to listen to your thirst as a sacred signal to replenish, not as a chore but as a gift. Healthy fats are another cornerstone of youthful radiance. They come from nuts, seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish. They repair cell membranes, they support hormone balance, they protect your brain, and they keep your skin soft and elastic. Without adequate healthy fats, your skin can become dry, and your energy can falter. When you include them in your meals, you feel sustained. You notice a softness in your cheeks, and a natural glow in your eyes. Proteins are the building blocks of every tissue. They rebuild your muscles after exercise. They repair your skin after sun exposure. They renew your hair and nails with strength and shine. You can choose lean meats, fish, legumes, and plant proteins. You balance variety and moderation. You meet your body's needs without overtaxing your digestive system, and without depriving yourself of flavor or satisfaction. Whole grains provide sustained energy and fiber. They support your gut health and your mental resilience. They deliver a gentle release of glucose that prevents spikes and crashes in your mood. When you choose grains like quinoa, brown rice, or oats, you honor your body's need for slow-burning fuel. You give yourself hours of steady focus and vitality. You no longer depend on quick fixes that drain your reserves. Minerals and vitamins are the orchestra that keeps your body in tune. When you fill your plate with colorful produce, you receive vitamin C to build collagen and to fight oxidation. You receive vitamin A to renew your surface cells and to support your night vision. You receive B vitamins to fuel your energy cycles and to calm your nervous system. You receive magnesium to ease tension in your muscles and to promote deep sleep. You receive iron to carry oxygen to every cell. You receive calcium and vitamin D to fortify your bones and to support your nervous system. Every bite becomes an investment in your long-term health. Mindful eating is the practice of honoring both your hunger and your pleasure. You tune into your body while you prepare your meals. You notice the colors and the textures. You taste each flavor deliberately. You chew with awareness. You pause between bites to check in with your fullness. You honor the signals you receive. You feel gratitude for the life force in every ingredient. You create a relationship with food that transcends mere consumption. Over time, this approach becomes a habit. It becomes second nature. You no longer crave processed junk. You seek freshness and authenticity. You feel lighter yet more grounded. You carry a confidence that shines in the way you walk, the way you speak, and the way you smile. You age with ease because your diet supports every organ, every tissue, and every cell. When you choose to feed your body well, you become a living testament that youthful vitality is a choice, a commitment, and a delicious journey. Every morning, you have a choice that sets the tone for your entire day, and that choice is emotional. You can choose to focus on what is present. You can choose to dwell on all the reasons life is hard, or you can choose to see reasons to hope and to grow. These small shifts in attention may seem insignificant, but they create ripples through every cell and through every connection you make. Your emotional habits build your reality at dawn. You can whisper to yourself, "I am grateful for this breath," and that simple statement begins to change the chemistry of your body. You begin to release the tension in your shoulders and to allow a gentle ease to flow through your spine. You begin to feel a slight warmth in your chest, and that warmth fuels a sense of safety and possibility. When you practice gratitude instead of grumbling, you spark the release of endorphins and of oxytocin. These feel-good chemicals soothe your nervous system and help you respond rather than react. They turn your heart into a reservoir of calm instead of a battleground of anxiety. When you practice curiosity instead of complaint, you widen your focus and you allow new solutions to emerge. You shift from feeling trapped in old stories to feeling invited into new possibilities. Your mind begins to dance with ideas instead of clenching at obstacles. When you practice connection instead of isolation, you send a signal of safety to your amygdala, and it stops sounding alarms. You remind your body that you belong and that you are supported. You lower your cortisol levels and you open your mind to trust and to collaboration. Each of these habits is a muscle you strengthen with use. If you wake and immediately reach for your phone and scroll through headlines, you are feeding tension and worry. If instead you wake and take 3 deep breaths and think of one thing you appreciate, you are feeding joy and resilience. You are training your body to interpret the world through a lens of possibility. You are teaching your cells to expect abundance instead of fear. And as you build these muscles, the way you experience every conversation changes. The same words from the same people land differently when your baseline is curiosity instead of judgment. When your first response is gratitude, you diffuse conflict before it can escalate. When your desire is connection, you listen to understand instead of to reply, and that softens every exchange. This shift in habits requires intention. You might keep a reminder on your nightstand to list 3 gifts from today. You might place a small note card in your wallet that asks, "What can I learn here?" You might invite a friend to text you a question that sparks wonder and a photo that reminds you of love. These anchors give your new habits a foothold in real life. They keep you from defaulting back into patterns of fear and fatigue. They help you build a new baseline. Emotional transformation is not about perfection, it is about persistence and compassion for yourself when you slip in. Over time, your biology catches up with your intention. You stop needing caffeine or sugar to jolt your mood. You find energy in the simple act of noticing a flower through your window or in the kindness of a colleague. You begin to sleep more soundly because your racing thoughts have a softer landing pad. You wake feeling braced for joy instead of braced for battle. You walk with certainty because your internal compass has shifted from avoid pain to seek purpose. These habits also shape the world around you. When you smile with genuine warmth, you invite others to do the same. When you ask a question from curiosity, you open a door to trust. When you speak from connection, you build bridges instead of walls. Your emotional habits are contagious. You become a beacon of hope and of generative energy. You may never know how many people choose gratitude because they saw you choose it first, but your ripple effect changes communities and perhaps even sparks movements of kindness and resilience. Never underestimate the power of small choices made consistently. Your habit of gratitude is the seed of joy. Your habit of curiosity is the seed of discovery. Your habit of connection is the seed of belonging. Sow these seeds daily and you will harvest a life that feels younger at its core, more open, more vibrant, and more alive than the years might suggest. You will carry a radiance that is born from how you choose to feel and from how you choose to act in each precious moment. A circle of people who genuinely care about your well-being is like a living fountain of youth that flows through laughter, support, and shared experiences. Regular moments of genuine connection release endorphins that soothe stress, boost mood, and strengthen resilience. When you laugh with friends over stories from long ago or celebrate small victories together, you feel a glow that no cream can replicate. It matters less how many followers you have online and more the depth of understanding felt when someone listens deeply to your fears and hopes. Empathy shared around the table lightens burdens that once felt too heavy alone. Encouragement given in moments of doubt becomes fuel for confidence and a source of courage to try again. Compassion received in times of loss softens the edges of grief and helps you heal more fully and more quickly. Honest conversations offer wide open spaces for your truth to echo back to you, amplified and validated through caring eyes. In the presence of genuine aliveness, you remember how to be present in your own body, in your own life, and that presence is written in the bright lines of your face. When others believe in your potential, they remind your body and mind how strong, vibrant, and capable you truly are. Shared adventures inspire curiosity, renewal, and a sense of wonder that fuel a youthful outlook on each dawn. Quiet rituals like morning walks with a companion create routines of care that anchor your day in kindness and calm. Acts of service given and received generate a sense of purpose and belonging that fills you with meaning far beyond the ordinary. Celebrations of milestones bring a sense of continuity and connection across years, reminding you that you are part of a thread of love weaving through time. With every hug, held gaze, or shared tear, you lay down new patterns of safety and security in your nervous system. Those patterns sculpt your posture, soften your expressions, and lighten the tension you once carried. In gatherings, you practice being fully seen, celebrated, and supported, and that practice rewires your mind to expect joy rather than fear. You learn to trust that you belong, especially in moments when vulnerability feels risky. As your social circle expands to include diverse ages, backgrounds, and experiences, your perspective widens and your spirit stays curious, resilient, and open. Purposeful friendships and community bonds invigorate your mind, body, and heart and invite growth with ease. In moments of shared laughter, your cells experience a gentle vibration that communicates safety and ease, and this vibration echoes through your nervous system and encourages healthy telomere maintenance. When you hold each other accountable for healthy habits, you reinforce patterns of self-care and you co-create a culture of growth that keeps you all moving forward with confidence. Mentorship relationships offer the gift of perspective, allowing you to learn from the lessons of others and to carry forward wisdom that illuminates your own path. Intergenerational friendships remind you that every stage of life holds its own beauty and challenges, and they help you cultivate a balanced view of aging. Group activities like shared meals, creative projects, or volunteering together fuel feelings of belonging and imprint memories of joy that outshine the passing of years. When you celebrate each other's success, you generate waves of positive feedback in the brain, releasing dopamine and reinforcing the belief that life is worth exploring with enthusiasm. In supportive circles, you practice vulnerability and authenticity without fear of judgment, and that freedom allows your essence to bloom fully and without restraint. Ultimately, the gift of deep connection with caring people becomes a living testament that youthful vitality is born in the beating heart of community and not in solitary pursuit. There is a light inside you that cannot be extinguished, and it shines brightest when you are guided by a clear sense of purpose. When you wake with a reason to rise, each cell in your body hums with anticipation and vitality. That inner fire fuels every breath and every heartbeat. It draws strength from your deepest values and channels it through every fiber of your being. You are no longer carried by routine or by obligation. You are carried by mission and by meaning. You move through each hour with intention rather than inertia. You greet challenges not as obstacles but as invitations to grow and to learn. You greet moments of doubt not as defeats but as signposts pointing back to what truly matters. In this way, your purpose becomes the compass that steers you through stormy seas and into calmer harbors of possibility. When you act from purpose, you align the mind, the body, and the spirit. Every muscle in your frame finds synergy with your vision. Your posture becomes strong and open. Your gaze becomes alert and kind. Your voice becomes clear and confident. The energy of purpose radiates outward through your presence. People cannot help but sense it. They respond to your conviction. They mirror your warmth. They feel invited to share in your journey. This creates a cycle of uplift that carries you further and deeper into the work you were born to do. Your impact ripples into communities, friendships, relationships, and beyond. Purpose also rewires your brain chemistry. It triggers the release of growth factors and neurotransmitters that support neuroplasticity and cellular renewal. Your mind stays sharp and curious. Your cells remain alert and ready to repair and regenerate. You build resilience against stress, and you bounce back from adversity with greater ease. This is the power of why over what. Why gives context to every action. It infuses the mundane with magic. It transforms tasks into tributes. It reminds you that nothing you do is trivial when it serves a vision greater than yourself. Living with purpose helps you make choices that honor your highest self. You choose habits that support your goals rather than habits that distract you. You choose rest when your body needs to recharge rather than pushing through exhaustion. You choose nourishment that fuels your mind and heart rather than consuming what dulls your spark. You choose relationships that challenge and inspire rather than relationships that drain and distract. Each choice reinforces your sense of alignment and clarity. Your purpose creates a feedback loop of joy and momentum. The more you act on your purpose, the more energized you become. The more energized you become, the more confident you grow. The more confident you grow, the more impact you make. This loop sustains you through long days, steep climbs, and uncertain paths. You no longer ask whether you have enough. You simply step forward, trusting that your why will carry you and that your light will guide the way. In this way, the sense of purpose you carry is the most enduring source of youthful vitality. It transforms every cell into a vessel of meaning. It turns each moment into an opportunity for expression. It lifts you beyond age and into a timeless flow of contribution and creation. When you live by purpose, you do not merely look younger than your years. You become proof that age is not measured by time, but by the depth of your heart and the reach of your vision.